let's get ready to knock these last ones out the park. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and as we all know, this month is winding down. We only got today and tomorrow left. At the time of this recording, there's only today, October 30th, and tomorrow, October 31st. And that means I have to get so many more reviews condensed into these next couple of days. So I'm down for it. And I'm going to go ahead and get started by talking about Alien vs. Predator, which, if you guys have been watching the channel, y'all know that this year I'm doing 20th anniversary for the year 2024. So movies that came out 20 years ago, I'm going to do my best to review them this year, as it's been the 20th anniversary for a lot of great films, and this is no exception. Before I get any further, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all in the ticker down below. Twitch is where we do the pod, as well as gaming, which I will get back on both of those things in a more consistent manner next month, because this month has been crazy trying to watch all these horror movies. And on top of that, I got a couple other new projects. A couple other projects that I'm resurrecting next month. We'll get into that all later. Right now, let's get into Alien versus Predator. This is a movie that came out in the time and the era where versus movies were the thing. You had Freddy versus Jason. You had people versus people. I don't know. But the versus movies were kind of like a thing that people like. They're like event movies. And this one was one of the ones that was really hyped up because you have Alien. We all know Alien from the Alien franchise. Big black creature. Wow, that sounded wild. Big alien creature has a second tongue in his mouth. When his babies come out of the egg, they pop on your face and rape your face until they lay their seed into your chest and bust out your chest. And the cycle continues. And Predator, the ultimate hunter, who goes and pretty much hunts you down for a sport, just for the freaking heck of it. You have these two franchises combining each other, fighting each other. How? Why? What's going on? Well, I can say, as somebody who's not been too invested in the Alien lore, didn't get too invested in the Predator lore, me personally, I say that this movie is where it started, like the lore behind the Predators and the aliens and them like actually having crossed paths with each other throughout their entire mythology. Now, I am no expert, but in the movie, it does state that the Predators practically created the aliens, if I'm not mistaken. They like pretty much have something to do with their creation. I don't like, again, I'm not the Alien and Predator expert. They just have something to do with each other. And the Predators was like, yo, we just want the ultimate, we want the ultimate prey. Like, we're going to hunt them down, but we want this to be worth our time. And their lore and in their culture, the Predator culture, they, when they hunt the alien, if they are able to kill it or kill multiple or something like that, they do explain the Alien versus Predator, but it's like if they're able to kill them, then they become like the highest grade warrior. They get their markings and they are considered like top tier, that nigga type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that said, so this movie, it follows the wealthy and ambitious Charles Bishop Wayland, who funds an expedition to Antarctica where he hopes to find a mysterious source of heat that's been detected. And with the group is being led by Alexa Woods, who's played by Sanaa Lathan. And when they get to the pyramid, when they get to Antarctica, they uncover a pyramid that that also holds I cannot read or pronounce words today. Malevolent parasitic aliens. Making matters worse, another extraterrestrial species known as predators arrives to hunt the other aliens, with the humans caught in the middle of the conflict. So that is practically the entire film. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great one. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, so this is pretty much just like it is. Like, they in the pyramid, they end up awakening the queen alien, who I think was the one that fell to Earth in the other Alien movie with Ripley. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. I haven't really like seen all of them like in a row recently. But so they end up dropping the they end up activating or awakening the queen alien, who lays a whole bunch of eggs, and then therefore we start that cycle. The expedition, like I said, is led by Sanaa Lathan's character, Dr. Alex Woods, and I like I like her character. I like what she brought to this. I always liked it. I always thought it was cool that she was in this movie and that she was practically the lead of the movie. You know, the predators are like, yo, some aliens over there. Let's go hunt them down. Hey, humans in the way too. Hey, bet. Let's kill them too. Like, let's do what we do. Go down there and let's get our markings. Okay, fellas? It's like 3 of them. They're like, oh, 3, let's go. Predators! Like, and they go to hunt. I'm being silly, but that's how I felt. When I'm watching the movie, that's how I felt. It's like they was like, yo, they over there. All right, they're on Earth. All right, hey, guys, we get down there. We do what we do. All right? On 3. Predators on 3. 1, 2, 3. Predators, let's go! Like, and they go do their thing. And like you see the rivalry between the aliens and predators, and kind of like, so one of my critiques of this movie, watching like 20 years ago, I watched this and it was like just so fucking cool seeing aliens and predators fight each other and the humans caught in the middle. It was like the scariest thing with the aliens jumping on your face and stuff like that. That's always creeped me out, right? Like them fucking face huggers, like they are my worst nightmare. Like I would never want to have to run from one of them because it's like I have to be Sonic the Hedgehog, I have to be Flash, I have to be the fastest man on earth, and I have to pray that I do not trip because the minute I fall, them niggas is like, and you know how they jump. Y'all know how they jump. So anyway, yeah, like watching this as a kid, I always was like really interested. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like this is cool. This is tight. Look, a predator out there fighting. It plays out more like an action movie and stuff like that. But watching it now, I consider I was a little disappointed that the movie didn't have as much alien or predator in this movie. It had a lot more of the people in this movie, like the people kind of like discovering things and figuring things out and figuring out why. So it's like they put a lot into the lore from what I saw and from how I interpreted. They put a lot more into them explaining how and why, as opposed to showing us the main event. And it's interesting that they take that angle, especially now considering what we know about alien predator lore and how deep that shit really gets. Like it's like, okay, alien versus predator plays a more important role in the entire mythology than you would have initially thought when you see this movie back in 2004. It's like, wow, they just connected these two. But then, like, again, like I said, you go and you look it up and there are pages and pages and pages of information about this. It's like, wow, that shit goes deep. Like the creation of aliens, the different xenomorphs. I'm starting using names. Like the creation of the xenomorphs, the different types of xenomorphs, how the xenomorphs can evolve, how the predators started hunting them and what their involvement was, and then there are different ranks of predators and all different types of stuff. Like it's a very elaborate lore that was created off of the back of this movie, I feel. Because I don't think there was that type of lore before this movie. If it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a heavy amount of lore that I feel that came from this movie. I mean, it was a fun watch, honestly. It just, like I said, it played out more like a, not even a full action movie, just like a chapter, again, like a chapter that needed to explain things and how they connected. And I think that's where this movie kind of faltered in my eyes, is that it kind of gave too much of the why, the why and how, as opposed to the, hey, remember you came here to see alien fight predator? Wouldn't that be cool? And it's like, even the fight scenes they have, it's so many cuts. Like they're like 1 punch, two, and it's like angle, different 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 angle. So it's like I can't even like really comprehend what's going on during the fight. And that's something that I think even modern day movies have started to kind of rectify, where they kind of just show you a fight scene just to show it, and you get to see everything that happens. This one is, don't ask why I did that. This one is like, you know, like a punch, cut to the next thing, cut to the other thing, cut to the other thing. It's like, it's just really weird. And it was kind of disappointing. I'm watching, I'm like, damn, I really wish I knew what was going on during this fight. Because like 1 minute it looks like he grabbed him by the tail, next minute he like he getting his head bit, next minute he like getting acid spat on him, next minute he like he shooting acid back. Like it's just, it was a lot going on during the fight scenes, and it kind of worked against the movie. This movie was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who wrote the story with the creator of the Alien franchise, who is Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. excuse me. And they incorporated different elements from the Alien stories. I know they said like early on, like the Predator, there was an in the original Predator movie, there's an Easter egg of one of the alien skulls on the ship. So they really did kind of try to tie all those things together. Let me see. I'm trying to see like what other interesting things I can talk about with this movie. I mean, yeah, I mean that's really it. Like it's just like, you know, they worked, you could tell like they worked hard to create the lore. The ending of this movie does set up a sequel, which was Alien vs. Predator Requiem, where the alien was able to implant one of the seedlings inside of the Predator at the end, and it came out and it was the Predalien, which I haven't watched Requiem in quite a while, so I'm probably gonna watch that another time. That came out in 2007. So I don't know, I might check that out. You know, might do a 20th anniversary in a few years, you know. 3 years, you know, might do a another 20th anniversary review on that. Might just wait. I might not wait. Who knows? But I don't know. Like overall, there's really not much else to say about this movie. I think it's a nice fit into the Alien franchise, but I don't think it's the strongest. And I would have liked to see more from this. Even 20 years later, I'm just like, wow, this is actually not that interesting on the front of what I came here for. All that said, though, critically, this movie was panned. They beat the fuck out this movie. This movie got a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't really know what the full consensus was. Let me see if I can find out real quick. Nope, I sure can't. What's the gore without scares and cardboard cutout characters makes this Clash of the Monsters a dull sit, is what critics say as a whole. My rating for this, I give it as a movie, I give it like 3 stars. You know, it's cool and all, but it's just not it. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 stars. As a horror movie, it does not have that many scares. Without the face huggers, this thing would not even be scary. So I give it a 1. Okay, this is a 1 on the scale of scares. Not the strongest movie, but hey, 20 years later, at least we can look back at this and say, yo, that's a part of the franchise. And it does carry some things that explain Predator lore, explain Xenomorph lore, and it fits nicely into the stories that end up being told in the future. I would love to see another Alien versus Predator. I keep hearing that they're going to work on one, that they are working on one of the two. I do hope we get that soon, because with the success of Prey, which I reviewed a few years ago, and the reaction to, what was the one, Alien Romulus or whatever was the newest Alien that came out, those 2 movies have gotten very good reviews, very good reactions. And so I think a new Alien versus Predator, especially with new creative teams, and you know what I'm saying, the type of creative energy and the height that Alien is at now and Predator is at now, I think a new Alien versus Predator movie will be hardcore. I think it could be hardcore. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing a new one. But until next time, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. We got a lot more reviews coming, so make sure you guys stay tuned before the Halloween season. And that's it. But until next time, you guys, be spooky, stay scary. Oh, I'm also going to tease something. There may or may not be something new coming after the horror season. All right, that's all I got. Until next time, be spooky, stay scary. Peace.